All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this very special session. If you brought a hat or mug, that's awesome. We're going to be celebrating Yao and all birthdays this month. So if you're curious why people are wearing hats and you just joined, that's why. We can do this every call, Feel free to suggest fun ideas, forced fun ideas. Before we jump into the program for today, we are actually going to do something that Yao really loves doing. Um, we are going to play Guess That Vanity Metric, but for Yao's life. So Yao doesn't know what we're going to be sharing. And
Good.
hopefully these are correct. I vetted them with some special sources.
Uh-huh.
So is everybody ready? Please come off mute and just yell it out because I can't see everybody as I'm gonna go through these. All right, everybody feeling good? Ready? Thumbs up. Okay.
Can I answer these?
Yeah, you can try. All right. How long has Yao been working on ODK?
That's a good
I'm
question.
gonna bring up the chat so I can see it. Just feel free to come off of mute instead of using the chat. Any guesses? How many years?
It's been years.
More than 22?
More than
More than
22.
22. We have 20 in the chat.
Say 20.
20.
20.
Don't let the wig fool you.
Okay. All right. Ooh, someone that made a birthday. Oh, nice, Hobson. I love it. All right. Okay, it's 17 years. Is that correct? Yeah.
That is correct. Actually, I joined, so ODK started as a Google internship project. So actually, I joined the Google team like on October 3rd. So right after my birthday in 2028. So yeah, it's been almost exactly 17 years.
2028 in the future.
That's it. Yeah.
2008.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2008. Sorry. Old age. It gets to you.
All right. All right. Okay. Next question. What rating out of 10 do Yao's kids give his cooking?
This is going to be a very interesting answer.
It's gonna be a 6.
A
6.
6? I
That's
love it,
offensive. That's
Jules.
offensive. But my kids can be quite offensive.
Uh,
I'm reasoning
amazing.
as kids.
Any other guesses?
But you would have to specify the meal though.
Yeah,
Yes. They just gave it overall rating.
an overall
Um,
rating. Wow.
and overall 3, 10. Oh, I'm seeing in the chat. Sorry, I was missing that. 9, 10, 3, 8. All right. So people are assuming you're not bad. Yeah,
Well,
so that's pretty good. The kids said 11.
Ooh.
fantastic.
Round of
The
applause.
trick is lots of butter.
All right. Okay, next one. What is Yao's mother tongue?
Oh,
Can you just say the country?
You could say the country. That could
Does that
also work.
count?
the country would
Yeah, let's
That'd
count.
go with.
be Ghanaian, maybe?
Ghanaian.
Yep, yep. Tree.
Tree.
Is this right?
I'll,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a ch we sound. So yeah,
Yes.
tree.
Awesome. That one goes to Jules. You won that one? All right. What is Yao's favorite feature?
This feels like a trick question. I don't know what my favorite feature is.
Any
Ooh,
guesses?
that's a tough one. Anything that has a motor?
Pagination.
Uh,
Geo widgets.
Geo
Geo
widgets.
widgets. Yeah, that is a good one. Pagination. Yeah, that's also good. Um, okay. Any other guesses? Stumped everybody. This is the cheeky answer. I think all of them. Yeah, do
No,
you
that's not true.
disagree?
That's not true. I like the multilingual support because you spelled favorite incorrectly, Ali.
Oh, well, depends where you are.
No, that's definitely the
I
correct
would
way. I just
say my
feel like
favorite feature is the community. That's another weak answer that
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
the team, et cetera, et cetera. But my favorite feature is really is the progress bar that we don't have anymore.
Oh, that's
Everyone
a
knows this.
very subtle, passive way of getting that back on the roadmap. Okay. Okay, I think I only have one more left. Th this is an interesting one that the team, we've been getting to know each other and sharing our favorite things in our kind of all hands meetings. And this one came up recently, which surprised some of the team. So what is Yao's favorite thing to do outside of work? Cook,
Well,
okay?
I would say refurbing motorbikes.
Refurbishing motorbikes.
Oh,
That's a good
very,
hot
very warm. Very good answer.
Maybe
Eh,
running.
running.
I'm gonna say
Running.
exercise bike because I think I see one of those in the background of your video.
I mean, I also see a little kid's chair.
Sitting in chairs, collecting small chairs.
Collecting tiny,
Okay.
tiny chairs. I like
This is
fake
Yao's
plants.
favorite thing to do.
Oh yeah, I do ride
Do you agree
motorcycles.
with this answer? This is
I
what you shared
do.
with the team the other week,
I
so
do.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
it's yes.
I went last 2 weekends ago to do some racing and it was fun. Yeah, yeah. So I like to ride motorbikes. These days, lesser and lesser because of I have children and ODK, so I can't die or break my
All
jaw in
right.
3 places.
All right.
don't
Thank you,
recommend it.
everybody, for joining the vanity metrics of Yao's life.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, that was great. All
And
right.
just in time because Joy is here.
Yes, I saw that. Amazing. Um, Wonderful. Just to give a quick overview of the plan for today, we're gonna have a lightning talk by Joy right away here, and then we're going to be doing more of a deep dive into some of the updates, recent updates in Collect and web forms, and then we'll give a quick update on Central too, but we'll focus most of the call this time on Collect and web forms because the last few we focused on Central. Of course, there'll be plenty of time for questions throughout, and then we'll stay on longer as always for after hours. So that is the plan. Feel free to leave your hat or wig on the entire call because why
Why
not?
not?
Why not? Okay, so our lightning talk speaker today is Joy. They're a longtime ODK user, I believe, since 2016. Joy, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, they've
Yes,
been
yes.
using,
Hello,
that's right.
everyone.
Hello. All right, yes, and they've been using ODK for various different health initiatives, so they're going to be sharing their learning and insights with all of us. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Joy, if you want to take it over from here, let me just, there we go.
Yes, let me share my screen. Thank you.
Wonderful. Let me know if you're having any issues. We can't see anything yet. Oh, there we go. Yes, something is happening. Perfect.
Yes. So, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible now.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So, first of all, sorry for joining late. There was some urgent emergency at my end, and now it's working at my end. So, internet was not working. But also, happy birthday to you. Sorry, I missed the party, uh, but I think it was fun. just going to start now. So first of all, about the current organization where I am working. So right now I am working in Piramal Swasthya. So it is the part of Piramal Foundation. And Piramal Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Piramal Group. And it works with the government and different partners to improve education, healthcare, water access, and different social and development sector problems at scale across India. So we almost have a pan-India presence. And the Piramal Swasthya is the largest primary public healthcare organization for the non-profits. And I am part of the Digital Bharat Collaborative. So it is also a subsidiary and part of Piramal Swasthya. You can think of it like a vertical, we call it big bets. So there are different big bets in our foundation. And all the big bets, basically, we work in the same motto, do well and do good. And for a Digital Bharat Collaborative, our dealing is more with the digital technology to improve health outcomes and across different disease verticals like RMNCH, communicable diseases in which the Kala-Azar or the black fever that falls. Apart from that, we also work for the non-communicable diseases and recently on the mental health also. So this was about the organization, and you can see that some links are shared here. If you want to know more about the organization, you can search. Now I will proceed. Then about myself. As you know, my name is Joy Bindroo, and my current designation, I'm working as senior data analyst in the business intelligence and data analytics team of the Piramal Foundation. And earlier, my role in the Kala-Azar or black fever elimination was I was a health management information system officer, and I was working in Bihar since 2016. And there I anchored the development of the Kala-Azar MIS. We built it using custom development using open source technologies, and later on it was deployed in the government infrastructure in the NIC cloud, and it is operational in the four endemic states of India where Kala-Azar is prevalent, that is Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. And you can see that in the map. And also the red portions are the endemic districts of those states. So in Bihar, almost 34 out of 38 districts are endemic. And in Bihar, only four, in Jharkhand, only four districts are there. And on Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal also, less number of districts are there. And I have taken all these maps basically from the NCBPDC website. That is the department which is looking after this Kala-Azar elimination program and it comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So, so I will quickly start with what is Kala-Azar and not go into very technical things, but just to understand what is this disease. So it is also like Kala-Azar. This word comes from the Hindi word Kala, which is like black, meaning black, and Persian word for disease or fever is Azar. So here it is called Kala-Azar or black fever, and the actual medical name is visceral leishmaniasis, and it is a neglected tropical disease and vector borne also because the malaria is caused by mosquito. This disease is caused by a sandfly. Just like looking like a mosquito, when this sandfly bites, this parasite is transmitted. And so, what are the symptoms? The fever, irregular bouts of fever are there, weight loss is there, blackness of skin is there, enlargement of enlargement of spleen, and like belly protrudes. So these kind of symptoms are visible. And it happens in very like lower strata of the society, very poorest of the poorest people living in the rural areas of Bihar and Jharkhand. And even in Jharkhand, even there are places which are very remote. Up in the hills, people are staying inside the forests, and it is a fatal disease, and if left untreated, and by WHO data, only 95% cases will die if left untreated. And there are outbreaks, and mortality potential is already there. So this is just quickly a map from the WHO's website, which shows the current latest status they have published for this disease. So you can see like India is on the higher level still, and in East African countries, this disease is prevalent, particularly visceral leishmaniasis, and in Brazil also. There are two more other types of leishmaniasis. I'm not talking about those. Only visceral leishmaniasis, that is black fever, because that is the main disease for which is prevalent in India. And this is the extent of problem in India. So mainly it is in the eastern states, like it was visible in the map earlier. And totally, as of now, that we have 54 districts. And as I mentioned, like poor socioeconomic groups of population are affected. And over a period of last like 10 years, we have been able to bring the caseload down. But still sporadic cases keep happening. And we have our own this Kalajar MIS in place. But still, for detailed investigations and for ad hoc analysis, we need some tools. There also we use ODK. But mainly in the program itself, we were able to leverage ODK. I will be sharing that in the next slides. So here is one of the most important activities that our program or the operations team is currently doing at the ground level, and supporting the government health system there in Bihar and Jharkhand. So there is these patients, Kala's patients, when they are diagnosed in the public health centers, the PHCs or CSCs we call it, at the block level facilities. These are like below district level, like sub-district level facilities. When these patients get diagnosed there, our program people will like coordinate with the health workers, and they will get the information so that they can help them. And as per the MOUs, they will assist them, and there they will go to the patient's place, and as per the consent they will collect the data. Because in the MIS itself there are some reporting indicators, but for the detailed epidemiological analysis and different factors, a detailed investigation that needs to be done. So that is done by our team. And ODK there has helped us, because initially when this activity was started in 2017 or 18, back then the version 1 was launched. It was a paper based form, and at the field level the field team used to fill this form, and the hard copy they used to send to us. And at the headquarter in the like Patna is the headquarter for the Bihar. Patna is also the capital for the state of Bihar. So there we have our own data wing and a whole room for the data entry operators, where data entry operators used to like punch data from these hard copies. So at the end of 1 month, 2 month, we'll used to get some parcels posted from the fields, and those will be collected. So there was lot of logistics involved just in getting these forms. And in this particular slide, only 4 pages I am showing. And this is for a particular case. So I have cleared the name and all the identifier information just to show the how the hard copy looks like. So there is the demographic part, then what is the material of the patient, So these kind of information were not there in the Kalajar MIS. So, but these were required, like sleeping habits of the patient, seasonal, where they are sleeping, whether they are inside, outside, or whether they are using a bed net or not. Because this is a vector-borne disease, all these things matter. So, and on these data were not being collected, and for like for progressing the understanding of the disease and designing intervention in a data-driven manner, all these like important factors were important. So we were facing problem when we were having like digitized copy from these manually filled forms. There were a lot of errors. So ultimately, the data was not very reliable or usable. Also, there was lot of cleaning and lot of involvement of field staff again and again to get the clearance. Okay, what does this mean? That means because even after training multiple times we were facing this problem. So ultimately, in 2020, when this COVID happened, pandemic happened, so the postal services were also stopped, and there was a big backlog. And at that time, we started thinking about we have to digitize this, and ODK was the option. We tried different platforms, but ODK, I was aware of it earlier also. And by that time, it has like grown to that maturity that it can be used. Because earlier, I also tried using it by the time 2016-17, but at that time, I found there were some lags and things, but by 2020, it was very usable. So I'm telling from my experience, not going into details. I can tell that also later on. What we did, we digitized that. So by the time we digitized it, we found an opportunity to improve on the learned gaps and what we wanted to improve in the form overall. So at that time, by 2019, version 2 was running. We started with version 1 in 2019, version 2 was launched. And in 2020, when we launched ODK, we launched with version 3. But there was problem that there was lot of backlog with version 2. So ODK was so flexible that we were able to program two versions in one form. So that was very helpful because we simply instructed that whichever version you are using, you select from the drop down, and accordingly the form will be adjusted according to your form. And we also instructed, so there was lot of coordination involved to achieve this. And this is overall screenshot how this form looks. And this is our program officer, communicable disease. He's there at the field, maybe talking, maybe next to kin of the patient or the patient itself. I'm not aware. And also, we also have, apart from CDF, case detail forms. Later on, we started the operational studies, operational research, and the important part was knowing the transmission dynamics of the disease. So that study is still going on. And this map is from a recent study area. I have hidden the satellite pictures. I'm only showing the boundary, and all these points have been collected using the ODK tools that are mentioned here. So different sub cohorts are there, different boundaries are there, based on our learnings and guidance of the experts and technical people involved in the program in this research study. We are improvising and improving our tools, and also our database is growing. And we are also using all the APIs, PyODK, Python, central APIs, and a lot of custom tools also we have developed at our end to improve our pipeline or automate our tasks. So here in this particular transmission dynamic study, one of the important feature which we were able to leverage was barcode. In the case detail forms, it was the GPS feature to capture the household location. It was very helpful because earlier what we were doing, we were not having some very high-end device. We were doing a manual thing. We were printing a Google map. Then our field worker used to using his local wisdom, when he used to visit the field, he used to mark on the paper map. Then he used to give paper map back to the program officer at the district level. Then he will again go back to the Google Maps, and accordingly he will open that particular area in the map. From there will capture the lat long in a online Excel or in a Excel format he will be pasting. So that was a manual process. But ODK changed that, and the accurate location capture was very useful for us, and we started using it in the case detail forms. And in these VLTD transmission dynamics and other operational studies forms, like there is one follow-up study form also. I'm not showcasing that now, but there we have used auto capture feature because we have the auto capture feature of the GPS. So automatically it can start capturing the location where the form has been started. So we are using that, as well as explicitly there are fields wherever we want to capture the location, because in these forms we are capturing locations of the cow sheds, because those are also important, because a household may be situated at a particular location, and the household may be owning two cow sheds, and one may be say 150-meter apart, far, and they might be 50 or 100 meters apart, and somebody will be sleeping in the cow shed. So all these information we are able to capture using ODK. So this is snapshots from the field how our team is using. So there is some physical part here because we are using barcodes here, and also we are collecting human blood samples and processing some part of that in a lab, and then that is going into a bigger lab, and there is a lot of logistics involved here. So I'm not showcasing much, but I'm showcasing very important features that were enabler for this system, like this barcode scanning part, because we have multiple you can see there are sticker like cryo while sticker enabled barcodes. So these are stick to the sample tubes, so that they are later spun in the centrifuge, and later qPCR is done, and other ELISA and other tests are performed in the lab. So that only starts with this roster sheet, because our field survey enumerator, they will be going in the household. Obviously we have taken consents and necessary approvals from the government authorities, and conducting this with the help of the local health and system. So after taking all the consent, this is happening, and when we are collecting, so this roster is prepared. From there, roster is digitized on the tablet, and the journey of whole household starts in the ODK package, where full household members are digitized. Then their sample collection is captured. Then household questionnaire is captured. Then individual questionnaire, like interview of each and every member of that household, that is captured. Then again, earlier we were also doing RDT, that is a rapid test for diagnosing Kala Azar in field. So there was section for that particular rapid diagnostic test also. Based on our requirement, we are able to enable or disable these sections, how the study is planned, what we are going to conduct in particular area. So this is how it is done. So here you can see after writing properly on the roster sheet, the FSC is right now scanning the barcode, and how this blood sample collection is done. So this is how have been able to use in the VL program. And in Piramal Swasthya, since I'm working in Digital Bharat Collaborative, and we have a approach where we are working in different domains. So we are using ODK in different domains also. Internally also in different tools we have started using. Like there I have showcased for this particular digital health competency assessment that we conducted in 2024 in Chhattisgarh for the LIDH project in the Mahasamand district. So it was for assessing how what is the digital competency of the ASHA and the ANMs. Like these are the frontline workers at the ground level, which are the hands of the health system there, public health system. So this was a diagnostic study, and part of it was data collection was done using the ODK. Basically, there were two kind of forms here. One was a self-assessment form. So there we were able to leverage the web form feature, because we were able to generate one QR code for the public access link, and shared it with the ANMs or the ASHAs. You can see in the session, and they were able to use their own mobile phones or the smartphones to do the self-assessment. And also one was observation based assessment. So on the left, maybe my colleague at the field level, she is doing this observation based assessment. So there also we did for almost 70 to 80 ANM workers different sessions, and we were able to produce a very data high quality report. And accordingly, after that we started using in different programs also. So here are some key learnings, important points from all the different projects. I've tried to summarize them, because in earlier talks and in the already in the forum, there is so much documentation available. We can learn so much. This is from my personal experience from these few projects. Engaging the experts and the stakeholders during the designing phase, that is very important. If you are not expert of the domain, and if you are a technical person or maybe a digital or data person supporting some experts or some study or a program or a data collection or survey, so conduct thorough field testing before deployment, before piloting or actually going into production. Field testing is important with the actual maybe stakeholders, and at the actual user, with the actual user, or the in our case it was at the household level. So before going at the actual study area, we selected some similar or dissimilar kind of area, and went there and field tested our tool. Multiple iterations were there, and after finalizing only, we went to our actual planned area of study. So after that, it is important to provide proper training to your staff, both on content and the tools, because they should have some depth of knowledge about the domain, if they are not exactly from that background for which they are doing survey. Because sometimes it happens that survey enumerators are hired or consulted for a few for some period, and so this is important. And it is also important to give proper training of the tools, and should conduct proper training sessions for that. And also in the form itself should include clear instruction within, and everywhere should include more and more instruction. Like in our case, we write in Hindi, not in a proper Shuddh Hindi, we call it classic Hindi, but in a local or the usual dialect which they are using. So that is more helpful for the person who is using the form. And also, while designing the form, it should leverage the modular form design and provide easier navigation, because in some cases, complex cases, Like in our cases, we are not able sometimes able to like complete one household in 1 day. So there is a partial save option available. So sometimes we have to use like that up feature, jump feature to navigate through the form and partially save the form. And because we know maybe after 2 or 3 days, the person will come back, will get the sample there, and form will be completed, and we'll be able to finalize and send the form. And accordingly, we have to support the like troubleshooting channels and support your team, like we are doing through our work group or WhatsApp group, where they are able to share their challenges. Okay, this is not working, what do I do in this particular situation? Because edge cases can come up anytime from the field. So when some person has traveled miles and he's collecting data up at a hill, and something like is stuck, so we have to like have something to be able to like support them. So somehow we are able to leverage phone calls and like WhatsApp, because it works in the minimal settings. But most of the times ODK is able to like perform robustly. There are very few times something challenging is happening, and usually it happens due to like operational error. Ultimately, when we are identifying what is happening, uh, yes, there is hand raise.
Yes, I just wanted to mention, would it be possible to wrap up so we can still make time for the rest of the updates? I
Yes,
think
yes,
you're almost there, and this
yes,
is like
yes.
such a great slide. Um, yes, that would be
So
great.
yes,
Thank you.
almost all the major benefits I have mentioned. So thank you. This was almost whatever I wanted to share. Thank you giving
Okay.
me opportunity for sharing my work, and thank you for creating this amazing ODK tool for helping us. So we are able to capture this quality data for different initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Round of applause. That was wonderful. So many great learnings. You touched on so many interesting features, and some of which were that we're actively working on trying to improve. And so, thank you so much for taking the time. Would you be able to share your slides? Maybe we could put those in the summary. We could follow up after, or at least
Yes,
some of them, so we can keep the conversation going.
surely I'll share it.
Awesome. And then if you have time to stay on after, maybe for the after hours, we could jump to questions there as well.
Sure.
Okay, over
Thank
to you, Yao. Thank you so much. Oh, you're on mute.
Let me share my screen. Thank you so much, Joy, for sharing. Really exciting stuff that you've been working on. I'm hoping that I can also have some exciting stuff to talk about with y'all. And I'm going to ask Ali to remind me if I'm running out of time, because I do tend to get too excited and talk about too many things. So we just released a version of Collect that went out a few weeks back, last week. Yeah, last week. And so I want to talk a little bit about the features that are in that release and some of the stuff that we've been working on. So the first and probably the most exciting is that we have more accurate barcode scanning. So we've replaced the zebra crossing library with Google's ML Kit. It's just a much more robust um, uh, scan for most for most use cases. Has anybody had a chance to try the barcode scanning, the new barcode scanning? Can I see by a show of hands or a thumbs up or a chat or something? How do people zoom? I can't see anybody. So, oh yeah, people are doing things. There's movement. All right, lots of hats. Okay, fantastic. I'm so glad you've had a chance to try it. Um, right. So the um, the reason that we did it is because we have some users who were reporting that in barcodes that weren't printed very cleanly or were distorted weren't getting scanned, and so that should really improve there. And you also get now instant feedback whenever a barcode it has succeeded or failed. If you hadn't had a chance to try it, please do try it out. We've been getting suggestions and feedback from folks in the field. So try it. If it doesn't work for you, let us know so we can make some adjustments for you. The next thing is safer project deletion. I don't know if Chris is on the call, but he's not. Well, this is a Chris special. Yeah, you noticed that if you had unsent forms, that was really hard to delete a project. And so we built this new dialog that makes it just much easier for you to safely delete a project. And so it prevents accidental loss. The way it works is you go to delete, and then it lets you type. Yeah, you have to type the words delete before it deletes it, and it gives you visibility into exactly what is missing or what you're going to lose when the deletion happens. This is a very common uh, uh, user interface modality, user experience, and so we're glad to bring it to Collect, and I hope you love it. Other things that are in Collect in the latest release, if you have thousands of media files, I'm looking at Andrew, if you have thousands of media files that are attached to a form, I think probably Tyler also, and you're on a slow connection, we've made some big improvements where we're not re-downloading those. So that should be a lot faster for updates, especially on unstable connections. And then the other one is that Android changes, it evolves throughout the years, and so things get changed out from under us. And so we noticed that form downloads were not really working well when the screen was locked. And so if you're using Central with Match Exactly, now, during whether the sync is manual or automatic, you see a notification and you will get information about that the sync has failed, so you can act on it. Last thing, as languages, thanks to Hobson and Sebastian, we now have a full Portuguese and Finnish translations. I would say thank you in Portuguese or Finnish, but I don't speak either language. I speak Cree, as you remember, and snippets of French. We always appreciate translations, and so if you speak Arabic or Swahili or Hindi, I think there might be some Hindi and potentially Swahili speakers or Arabic speakers on this call. Please do, I think it's in the release notes, and maybe Ali can drop it in the chat. Please do contribute those translations. It reaches a ton of people, and it makes a huge difference in their usability of Collect and Central as well. So hopefully Ali will drop a link there in the chat. Thanks, Ali. A couple of things that I want to talk about is that we've made with the form downloads and with Android changes, you might have noticed that now when form updates fail, you get a notification, and it looks like this. Notification, form update failed, very helpful. And then when you click on the notification, it takes you to the start new form page. We think that's less helpful in that you're just there and you don't necessarily know what to do. Has anybody, again, I can't see, so I'll let Ali be my eyes. Has anybody received any feedback from data collectors about this experience? So I'm going to go back here. I'll check the chat really quickly. I don't see anything about that. Maybe I'm just going too quickly and people are just overwhelmed by just all the goodness that I'm touching on. I will pause for half a second and then
I have a quick
continue.
question there.
Yes.
I see that there's 3 forms there. It's not showing in the notification which of the forms failed, so maybe that would be helpful.
Yep. You're right. That's a good piece of feedback, is that we don't know what form failed. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it the sneaky 3? We don't
I
know.
mean, the assumption is that you would just hit refresh at the top, I think, but that's not incredibly apparent. I
I
don't know if you
agree.
can make
Good
a
feedback.
link to in the notification or button in the notification to like just to refresh just in the notification. But
That's great feedback. Anybody else have similarly great or not so great, we'll see, feedback that they want to share?
I have a question. With the
Yes, Dan.
notification, does it send a new notification every time the form update fails? So if it's like every 15 minutes and you're offline for a day, are you going to come back to a million form update failed notifications?
I don't know, but I haven't experienced that, so I don't think so.
Okay.
Does anybody know for sure? Either Ali
Jagash.
or Alen or
Um,
Jagash is there.
Yeah,
not
Jagash.
for sure, but I believe it should replace the notification that already exists. So
Yeah.
it should be only one, not 100 or 1,000
Okay.
We will check.
notifications. Yes.
I haven't seen it ever happen, so I'm assuming it's okay. Good feedback. Okay, Andrew Blake also. I think if somebody got 1,000 notifications, they would let us know. I hope. Yeah, so we also thought one issue was that, yeah, when you click on the thing, you don't know what to do. Like if you know that the squiggly line, it means to refresh, then maybe you can figure that out. So one thing that we're working on that's coming up is to throw a little, not a dialogue, but a little inset there that lets you know that the reason that there was an error failed to sync the last time an update happened, and then give you something that's more actionable. So a button there that you can use to hit refresh. For the folks who had feedback and the folks who are now seeing this screenshot, what do you think about this potential change? Is it a good change? Is it a not so good change? Any joys, any concerns about this dialogue? Not a dialogue, this inset.
It's definitely more
I would,
obvious than the exclamation mark in the refresh icon.
yeah,
Much clearer.
Much clearer.
I was gonna say just for that background is currently like a light blue. Maybe change it to a light red, just as like an alert that this is for non-literate people that something is not good.
Yeah.
That's good feedback. Color is always a tricky one, but that's really good. That's helpful to hear if it's urgent or not. So we're always like quite conscious of that. That's helpful. Thanks, Tyler.
We have some, we're thinking that this could be also a nice place to sort of start adding a little bit more feedback for data collectors. So some potential banners we've been thinking about are, letting people know that forms haven't been synchronized recently. And that's important because sometimes there's form updates, but the field team doesn't necessarily know or they're not reminded. And so something that lets them know that it's been some time might help them sync. And then just a progress bar. There's currently a very thin progress bar that goes across, but we're thinking something that's, again, a little bit more obvious that lets you also cancel would be good. And then just some general state there. So any any questions or concerns about the messaging? What do you think is missing? Anything else that we should do to improve the things that are coming as far as potential banners?
I like you haven't synced for a while. That's nice as a reminder that someone has, like, you had not synced for days or weeks or months. And the actual percent increment instead of just the pulsing, like pulsing circle, pulsing bar is kind of the same thing. It's like it's doing something, but is it just stuck? Especially when it takes 30 minutes or an hour or something. So it's if you see an increasing number, you at least know number go up. So that's good.
Any other questions? Any other comments?
You go back to the screenshot there, the bottom one, particularly for the like success, I just generally, from a user experience standpoint, think like good green, yellow warning and red bad, right? So like the green is what you would want to see. And then maybe, yeah, I don't know if you would just keep the light blue for the other ones, but or maybe the yellow for the top, the forms haven't been synced recently as kind of a warning, and then maybe keep it blue while it's syncing, and then a green for when it's good.
Okay, cool. So Allie's been thumbsing up and getting us getting your feedback and getting captured. So we'll also continue to reach out as we will post it on the forum to get even more feedback. So thank you for sharing. We're running out of time. So the other considerations that we're going to be thinking about is just like the general use of space there, making sure do people want to be able to dismiss it or not, and some other sort of considerations. So that's coming. And we'll do a post about this so you can leave more feedback and we get more community feedback. Things that are coming next for Collect. We will be able to create entities from repeat. We've laid the groundwork for it in Central, and now it's coming in Collect. So I know that's something that folks have been asking for, so that's coming. The metadata that you see when you click on an entity, that will be cleaned up. Media and the summary, you can see a screenshot there of what it's going to look like. So I know, Joy, you said you like to jump around in the forms. That will make it a little easier to find out what things are. You can also notice that the location one looks really nice, right? It's no longer just like decimal degrees. It gives you some more context. So we have that coming in Collect. And then we're also researching intersection polygons. I think I see some ag folks on the call. So we've heard your feedback about intersection polygons. We're doing the research now and hoping to have a solution for you shortly. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Jennifer to do a presentation on what's coming in web form. So Jenny.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So I'm excited to share the latest news about web forms we recently released and will be soon in Central. So now you will be able to use some key functions for XPath, which is base64 decode for seamless string decoding, pull data effortless, fetch external data, and JR choice name for dynamic access to choice labels. So with this, we have reached 100% support for XPath. That's exciting. And yeah, so wait for the next release on Central to start using these features. Next slide, please. We've been working really hard on bringing the best experience for select one from map. So the UX is a bit different from collect. The user will now stay on the same page to answer the question. It has improved feedback on user actions, like selecting or removing the selection. You will see that in a bit. The user experience will be consistent with other GeoPoints questions. It's basically the foundation that we have been working for all the maps features. Let me see here. You can see we have added a bottom bar that provides some feedback. So whenever the user selects a point, the feedback changes to inform that it has been correctly saved for this question. And it also has a action button that you can click, and then that will open a pop-up showing the details for the saved feature that you have seen here. Next slide, please. All right. We wanted to make it easy to select points, lines, and shapes. So you will see now some glowing to indicate that something has been selected. That's in like a light blue. And you will see another glow in green for saved shapes. So it's more informative that something has been actually saved. And of course, all the standards actions like full screen, my location, zoom in, zoom out are available. Next slide. Well, here we have been sharing best practices from time to time. So make sure to go to Ali post that we shared recently some great tips on choosing and using images for select with image question. And if you have any other tips, please join the conversation and let others know your cool tips. Next slide. All right, so we'll be working next on GeoPoint with maps, GeoShape, GeoTrace, finish any remaining form logic feature, and also build the support for Markdown. Later, we are planning to work on pages, stemming, online forms, and annotations. If we are still prioritizing these features based on most common question types, appearances, and parameters, but if there's any specific need that is preventing you from using web forms, please let us know so we can consider that in our prioritization process. Any question? I went a bit fast, but I hope everything is clear. Any question?
Maybe we can take questions in the chat.
All right. Okay, I think Central is next.
Okay, great. I will go through the central updates really, really fast. Next slide. We are working on finishing up a release right now. One of the things that is going to have in it is map view of submission data and entity data. And there's some limitations and like this is just our first step towards this. So we hope, to get your feedback as we go along, but that's a super exciting thing and it's building off of the web forms map work that Jennifer's been doing. Next slide. We'll also be able to bulk delete things, make that much easier. Next slide. We also have mentioned entities from repeats coming in collect. So the groundwork is being laid in Central. This is kind of what that looks like. Give me the next slide here. You're going to be able to put the save tos for saving data to entities inside repeats. This is kind of what that looks like. Next slide will show the entity sheet in a form. So this is kind of how you specify that on the XLS form side of things. And I think if you go to the slide after this, you can see like a submission can make multiple entities in one go or potentially update multiple entities. So this is going to be super exciting. But again, it's going to really like be officially released with the next collect release. Okay. And then we've also been working on continuing our process of entity access, entity segmentation. This is sort of something that's slotted for early next year, figuring out how to define which people have access to which entities by properties, things like that. And this is kind of a bigger change, and we'd love your input on the forum post here. Okay, super fast.
That was great. Rapid fire updates. We have so much to pack in such a short amount of time. We'll stay on though afterwards. That was amazing, Kathleen, that you ended right on the hour. Our next call is November 5th. We have another lightning talk lined up by Langen. He's going to be sharing how they're using ODK to conserve, protect, and restore natural resources and using some plugins. So this will be some more if you're interested in geo functionality, QGIS, and how they're using that with ODK. Please join. And if you're interested in speaking, I know some others shared some ideas for talks. Please let us know so we can have them kind of lined up. And we'll stay on for a little bit longer. But if you need to jump off for another meeting or dinner or I guess sleep in Andrew's case, please feel free to leave now. And thank you so much for joining, for Joy, for your lightning talk. Thank you. Is everyone going to
Thanks.
stay? Wow, full house
Thanks,
maybe?
everybody.